from what I ascertained, it's just the bullshit that he was just a bit talking, and it seemed like it turned out to be something towards him than what it was in regards to the justice that's supposed to be served with Breanna Taylor. Les, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so many different facts and falsities being thrown out there right now. It's really ridiculous. I mean, this woman was sleeping in her home. You got these cops barging in. Now, there's a couple of different facts that seems to be that people are misscrewing out there. I was hoping that person would actually even tune in tonight because I want to make sure we're reading from the same sources to see which one of us is wrong. Everybody says she got shot in her bed, sleep. No, she wasn't asleep. I mean, she was asleep whenever they broke into the house and woke them up and alarmed them. As far as the shooting goes, and then all the neighbors testified in the beginning, in the first interviews, that they heard no knock at the door and no announcement of the police. There is only, out of all 12, I believe there's only one neighbor on the third interview, then all of a sudden said they announced themselves. And according to, I guess, all the accounts, it was about 40 seconds that they announced themselves before they even barged in, which is supposed to give them time, the response come to the door, etc. Now, you think you're sleeping in your house at night and you hear your shit kicked in, that you're not going to do anything about it? I mean, come on now, that's really ridiculous. And I guess that's really the only reason why he's getting off, because they know they're guilty about the shit. The only cop that got indicted in all this is the one whose bullet went astray into the neighbor's house. So basically, a wall is going to wind up getting justice before Breanna Taylor did, which is fucking ridiculous. The boyfriend was not the drug dealer. It was the ex-boyfriend. That's exactly from all the records that I've went across. That's the one that's actually said that he thought was breaking into the house, the boyfriend, because they've had problems with that. Obviously, it's always the ex and the current. Always bump heads, in most cases, especially when you're dealing with some cat out in the fucking streets, which her ex-boyfriend was. I don't know if y'all know, she had rented a car for this guy years ago, and the car turned up with a dead body in it. So this guy was obviously bad news. He wasn't happy about the fact of her moving on. Now, all these stories about her participating in moving drugs and things like that, there hasn't been any evidence found about that last time I checked. Anybody can feel free to correct me on that. So like I said, when you look at all those facts and everything in it, and I just want people to put themselves in her shoes. Because, these cops shouldn't do nothing. So if I come to the house, I come to your house, I bust in through the damn door, and I'm startled because I don't think somebody's home, and I shoot you by mistake. I kill you. I guess I'm just supposed to walk through and say I'm sorry, right? Especially when these are supposed to be trained individuals. I'm not one of these cop haters out here at all. But I believe, it's one law for all. So you hold them all accountable. If it counts for us, they got to be accounted for too.
She got shot 8 times, 22 rounds, over 22 rounds. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Right, which at the same time, they was also at the other address, I guess, for the ex-boyfriend or whatever, and already made the arrest before they went kicking in the fucking door. Mm-hmm. He was not serviced in the warrant, and that was stacked up. She was not listed as a threat. Therefore, there should have been no knock warrant even issued for that. But it was, because basically the way they did the paperwork was more copy and paste. So it's just like, if you're, what I'm saying, a felon, and I'm your next door neighbor, but they want to search us both because you're a felon. They know you got guns. They think I'm just maybe stashing drugs or something. So they just copy and paste the same thing for me and you. Or maybe they just want to see if I have a restraining order. They want to see if I'm at this one's house, my baby mama's house, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they just copy and paste. So everything looks the same. They're not putting the specific details of what you need to go to the house for and what needs to be done. So it's sad. It's really, really sad. It's the saddest thing is we wouldn't even be having these proceedings if that didn't get brought to life. Brought to the light months later? It's ridiculous.
Pretty much. But I look at it like this: it's a double factor, not even a double factor. It's a fucked up situation, because with that being the situation that it was, if any reason it's supposed to at any time they're supposed to come with a warrant, it could have been no knock or anything, but they're supposed to announce themselves as soon as they kick in the door. I know that for a fact. And then the fact that they didn't announce themselves, well, sorry, you didn't announce yourself, come kick in my door. I'm putting one in. I don't know. I'm not stopping until I don't see no threat.